Oh, what's up, guys? Just watching some Night of the Living Dead on VHS. You know, it's funny. What is it about these things that after all these years, a lot of us that grew up with this stuff, we can't seem to let it go? You know, these movies come out on these 4K Blu-rays and all this high resolution, but sometimes we just go back to watching it on these VHS tapes. You know, is it nostalgia? Is it a charm to them? Does it make us think about our childhood, or is there more to it? You know, it's something I've always thought about. I don't know. Maybe it is kind of like a time capsule. You know, sometimes when you watch a good classic horror movie, like this Night of the Living Dead remake, it's almost more enjoyable to watch it in a format that was, will capture more of what the era was like back then, you know? It's something people talk about. Maybe 4K upscaling a movie that we love doesn't always make it just better. Sure, it's a new experience, but I don't know. You know, looking back, some of my most favorite memories I've ever had were going to the Blockbuster Video or a Family Video or a National Video and looking in their movie section and grabbing one of these off the walls. Like, this made me want to watch this movie so much. I had never seen Night of the Living Dead 1990, and I used to remember seeing Candyman, who was right there, and I would be like, wow, I'd just stare at it for 20 minutes. And I'd be like, I've got to watch this. I've got to watch this. And you look on the back, and it was something physical, something real you can hold. You know, there's such an art to this. And I think it's something that, generations coming up will never really be able to experience. Some of you that have really young kids, maybe when they're older 10 years from now, and you tell them, Sonny, when I was growing up, we had to get in our car and go to a store to get a movie to rent to watch it. Everything's at ease of access now. It's, take a remote, go through Netflix, flip through the movies, either download a movie or stream a movie, and it's there. There's not that will and desire to have to really want to see something and be like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to go find this video, and, oh, it's not there. Somebody rented it, and then it's the agony of having to wait for somebody to bring it back so you can grab it. There's an element that's just missing today. And there's goods and bads, the ability to stream something at the ease of your fingertips. It's not something I take for granted at all. It's nice to be able to a movie comes out, for instance, The House That October Built. I heard about this movie, and I go on Netflix. It's right there. I instantly am able to sit down, and I'm able to just pop it on and watch it. And then I love that. But it's funny, the posters that are on Netflix, they still kind of have that little bit of element that I like, When you go on the horror section on Netflix, raise your hand if there's been a movie you were scrolling through and then the artwork that they have for that movie is like, whoa, what's that? That looks cool. It's good to know that that element isn't missing, But there's a difference when you have to get in your vehicle, go to a store, and physically grab this and say, this is the movie I'm taking home. It was a challenge, you had all this great artwork, It's like Netflix almost serves as a digital horror shelf, if you will, as opposed to actually going and physically moving up and down the shelves to find a movie. But the VHS store memories are something that it shapes us horror fans. It's something that we never took for granted, and maybe that's why I'm guilty too. I had to track down one of these little TVs with a VHS player in it, so I can pull out my tapes like this and watch them while I'm editing videos, or I've got a 1080p TV right here, but sometimes it doesn't cut it. Sometimes you just want to pop in a VHS of Friday the 13th Part 7 and get that little bit of grain on the screen, Sometimes it just adds something to the movies. I don't know. But, it's interesting. What's really cool is, like, the VHS nostalgia, it's so alive and well in today, They've got these companies that take brand new movies and then they'll make VHS cover art for them, and then they'll sell cases for them, and then they'll fill them with, stickers and gum, and, it's cool. It's kind of nice that the nostalgia is, it's really prevalent. So, it's crazy. If I would have said, 20 years ago, that Christian, when you get older, you're still gonna be trying to track down these old VHS tapes and stuff. I would have been like, nah, man, I'm ready for the next big thing. You know, I kind of wish I'd have kept some of those VHS tapes. I've started my collection over. I don't have a lot, but I've got some pretty cool ones. You know, sometimes we gotta stop and you realize that, you know, we may not appreciate some of these things now, like Blu-rays. You know, we get them all the time, and we'll sell them, we'll get rid of them, and you know, you'll say to yourself, God, I wish I wouldn't have gotten rid of that. So I'm trying to remember that as I, you know, get some of these Blu-rays and movies like, you know, movies like Split and Get Out and 31 and Clown, Poltergeist remake, you know, stuff like that. I try to say, Christian, just don't get rid of them, because how many times have you had something that you got rid of and then you're like, I wish I still had that. But, you know, but the VHS store memories they're awesome. You know, they're awesome. And it's cool. So now we got a little section in the horror room where we can enjoy old VHS horror movies, and, you know, we can relive that era when we want to. So it's good to enjoy the best of both worlds. This video really isn't a specific topic. I just kind of wanted to talk, and I love the stories that people have. You know, what was your favorite VHS cover art movies that you used to always couldn't help but look at whenever you're on the shelf? You know, it's interesting. So I don't know. So we got the past and the present here, and I like it that way. So if any of you guys can find one of these little TVs, pick them up. They're cool. You know, it's nice to be able to relive a little bit of nostalgia every now and again. And they're all region free, so I can watch a Japanese Friday the 13th Part 5. But tell me your favorite VHS store memories, especially on the horror shelf. What were some of your favorite tapes that you used to look at all the time? One of mine was Leprechaun. I used to get mesmerized by the cover of Leprechaun. Of all movies, I know, but it's good time. So yeah, so just kind of comment on this video, guys. I want to know what you guys' thoughts is about, you know, the VHS store era and, you know, nostalgia and, you know, technology now versus then. So this is Christian Hannah Horror. I'm going to finish watching 1990 Night of the Living Dead. Tony Todd's getting wild in this, so we'll see you guys next time.